Welcome to the Properties to Profit podcast. I'm Michael, your host. Excited to share with you my journey from a six-figure job to building a successful real estate business. Each episode will explore various aspects of real estate investing, from wholesaling and flipping to managing rentals. I'll share the lessons and insights I've gained, aiming to help you avoid mistakes and achieve your financial goals. Expect guest experts, valuable tips, and practical advice to guide you on your own real estate journey. Thank you for tuning in. If you find any value in this podcast, please subscribe, share, and follow me on social media. Let's turn properties into profits together. Michael here with Properties to Profits. On today's episode, I want to talk about what happens when a buyer claims to have the same house in contract as you. Well, a couple weeks ago, I talked about what happens when a seller makes that statement. It's a little bit different when a buyer makes that statement. So in real estate, especially wholesaling and acquisitions, what we're doing, dealing with distressed property owners, sometimes you're going to run into situations where another investor says they have a property. They may have said they locked it up before you or right after you. And sometimes it can feel like a dead end. But what I found, it is very rarely a dead end. There's usually an opportunity to make money. A lot of times when you hear those words, you'll panic, you'll back off, and you'll get emotional and burn bridges. That's not what it's about. This is an opportunity to come together, work together, solve the seller's problems, and create a long-lasting relationship. So when you do that, that's going to create an opportunity to grow together. A lot of times buyers run into issues. A lot of times if we're wholesaling to someone else, there could be an issue there. Financing can fall through for one reason or another. Sellers get cold feet. That means if you stay professional and present yourself right, when and if that happens, you're there to catch it and be able to help another wholesaler or real estate buyer out. And that's a win because you're helping the seller out. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. So when I hear that another buyer has a house in contract, I wonder is it just talk or is there an actual signed contract? Is it recorded? So first thing I'm going to do is clarify. I'm going to say, hey, can I see that it's actually signed? If they tell me it's recorded, I'm going to go check the recorder site. If it's on there, cool. They don't need to send it to me. I can see that they have it recorded. I'm going to ask clarifying questions. What happened? How can we help you get this across the finish line? And we're going to have that conversation. And then we're going to determine who had it first and ask how they want to work through it. Because if we had it first, we have rights to that, right? That's our right as a buyer. If they had it first, they obviously have a right too. The question is, have they talked to that person recently? If not, sometimes these deals can go by the wayside. Can we help them get the conversation back on? Is there a way for both of us to make money and solve the seller's problems? And so a lot of times we're going to work with the buyer. Like we want to solve the seller's problem, especially if they have it cheaper, if we have it cheaper. If we have it cheaper and we can get our assignment that we wanted out of it, where they have a better buyer, we'll just work with it, right? We'll assign it. And this is one of the few times we allow a double assignment. We typically don't allow them because it can get haywire. We're going to ask for the buyer's information and we're going to vet the buyer as well. Because if we're putting our name on the line, we're the communication with the seller. We want to make sure that happens. And so just communicate is what this comes down to. Tell them like, hey, thanks for letting me know. Just confirm you have a signed agreement with the seller. Okay, awesome. I respect that. Ask them what happened, what went wrong, and how you can help them get aligned and back on track. Sometimes they'll just say like, honestly, they changed their mind right afterwards. It has been over a year. If you can pay us something, we're good. Other times it's like, oh, we just got it signed last week. If they have the better deal, great. We'll just move off that better deal. If we have the better deal and we got it first, we're going to say, hey, on this one, like it's hard for us to pay anything out. We had it first and we have the better deal. And here's why: the seller didn't work with us. It was no fault of our own. I think the seller just faulted and forgot. So can you push back and let them know that, hey, they got to work with us here. And my home buying company is Oasis Home Buyers. The end of the day, it's about finding a win-win situation. If there's someone who's going to be in business for a long time, you're going to run into this situation again. What I tell people all the time is how we treat the first one is how we're going to treat everyone. So if we're going to go off of, hey, whoever had it first gets it, no matter what it is, great. That's what we're going to stick to. If we're going to, hey, just pay the person they want to work with $10K and move on, that's what we're going to stick with every single time. We're going to find a winning, and that's the rules. You do me wrong on that, it's over. Like, I'm going to play by the book. But my idea is we can create win-win situations. It's just we're going to follow the rule book that we create for ourselves. I have multiple different deals with different wholesalers. And so every single wholesaler, we work together for different reasons. So I have a local company here that's one of the bigger buyers here, and they do a lot of flipping, over 200 deals a year. It's been several times we've gotten them under contract. Most of the time I have it cheaper. And so I think every single time I've had it cheaper. And we've gone back to them and say, hey, it looks like we both have this in contract. They're like, oh, we want to buy it. Can we buy it at what we had it in contract? They know we're better at getting deals deeper. We make our assignment, they move on. On several of them, we've made 20 plus K assignments just because we've got deals deeper. And that works for both parties. They get to buy the property. They're better buyers than us. And so that's what happens. So what we're doing is creating trust with them. This has happened 4 or 5, 6 times with us. There's been 2 or 3 that we maybe didn't get in contract. We called them and said, hey, it looks like they're working with you guys. Here's what I know. How can I help you get this deal? Are you able to pay us something? Great. If not, no worries. We know there's going to be another deal. And so the lesson here is just communicate to each other. We don't have to fight on these off-market deals. Remember, there are very few true buyers who are going to be in this market. I've been doing this 4 years direct to seller, almost 4 years and 1 month, almost to the day. 4 years and 28 days to the day. It's wild. And so there are very few people who have been doing it as long as I have. I found a lot of people come and go, even the big players. And so what I want to tell people is playing the long game will go a long way. There's no need to fight over deals. There's plenty of other deals out there, and don't lose a relationship over something. What I would say is if you had it first, stick to that. And if they're willing to work with you, great. If not, it's okay. And just remember, a lot of times they do fall out. So be there for them and the seller as their backup plan. They will remember that. And just remember, next time a buyer calls you and says, hey, I got a deal on a contract, there's no need to get emotional. There is a process to follow. Learn to work together. Find a solution for both parties. It's not that hard. And remember, there's more deals out there. Have an abundance mindset. Go find the next best deal. You'll find more. Make sure you're training your team on these too so they can handle it without you. Because bottlenecks of business is what is in your head and no one else knows. So keep following up with the seller, and then 2, keep following up with the buyer, because one of them might falter and you want to be there to help them. Remember, it's not about cutting throat. It's about being calm, professional, and consistent. Creating a relationship with the buyers and making sure that you're not interfering with their contract if they have that right first. At the end of the day, it will work out. You'll find a next deal, or they'll fall through and that deal will come back to you anyway. That's what I've found. It almost always works out in the end. So hope you guys found some value on dealing with buyers who say they have a house in contract. It can be tricky and be emotional, especially if you're new to this and haven't locked up a ton of deals. Hope you found some value. If you did, please like and share, and give me a follow at RealEstateMike02 on Instagram. Thanks. Thank you for listening to the Properties for Profit podcast. I hope you found today's episode valuable. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Follow me on social media for more updates and tips. Until next time, keep turning properties into profits.